Apple's budget iPhone SE 4 is coming, and it is going to destroy the Android budget smartphone competition, specifically phones like the Pixel 6a for $450. The iPhone SE 4 is going to destroy it, and I'm going to explain why in this video. However, there is going to be some changes to the iPhone lineup in terms of the pricing that is going to cause the SE 4 to get a little bit more expensive, but I'll explain later on in this video. Now, getting into these leaks, you probably already know that last year in December, Ming Chi Kuo came out and said that Apple is gonna cancel or postpone the 2024 iPhone SE 4. And my take was, well, if they're gonna postpone it, they're probably just gonna cancel it anyway because they have it on a 2-year cycle timeline. As you know, the iPhone SE 2 came out in April of 2020, and then almost 2 years later in March of 2022, the SE 3 came out, so it basically made sense for the 2024 iPhone SE to come out in the springtime, and if it was gonna get delayed, then there's no point. It has to come out in the spring of 2024, so I figured they're just gonna cancel it. And then guess what? Ming Chi Kuo came back in January and said Apple is no longer planning to launch it next year. It is officially canceled. But no, that wasn't the end of the story. There was more to it. Ming Chi Kuo changed his mind, and it turns out that the iPhone SE 4 is still coming next year, but guess what? It is gonna be even better than any of us expected. 6.1-inch OLED display with Apple's 5G custom chip, and that is awesome because a couple of years ago, John Prosser leaked and revealed that the iPhone SE 4 would use the iPhone XR's design, and it totally makes sense because Apple usually takes old designs and gives them to the cheaper phones like the SE, so it was supposed to use the 6.1-inch LCD iPhone XR design, but it is getting even better this time around. Not only is it getting a 6.1-inch OLED display, but it's actually going to be a modification of the iPhone 14 that we have right now with the new flat-sided redesign. Not the old design like the iPhone XR. This is the new design. And even better, it's probably gonna be the first iPhone ever to come with Apple's custom baseband 5G chip, and that was actually confirmed by an executive or the CEO of Qualcomm, which makes the current 5G chips that go into the iPhones. He says he expects Apple to use their own 5G modem chips in 2024, and that likely means that it's gonna be the iPhone SE as the first one. And why would Apple do this instead of just giving the iPhone 16 lineup, the more expensive phones, the 5G chip first? Well, because Apple is likely gonna save money with their own chip compared to buying parts off the shelf from Qualcomm, which they upcharge on. Now, I know the iPhone SE getting the updated iPhone 14 design seems a little bit unlikely because, as you see right now, the current iPhone SE 3rd gen is insanely old. It has an LCD display, 4.7-inch, the rounded design. It even has the home button, so why would Apple be as crazy to literally give the iPhone SE 4 basically the same iPhone 14 design? It's gonna look almost exactly like this. Well, I believe it's because Apple is on a mission to charge you more money. Yes, I believe that the iPhone 15 lineup is gonna get a little bit more expensive across the board, most likely on the Pro models, at least $100 difference, and maybe on the regular iPhone 15s, I think it will. And the reason for that is because the iPhone 15 has actually leaked. Yes, this is a leak from Unknowns21 showing off the full front design of the iPhone 15, and we can instantly see the dynamic island right there at the top. Yes, the notch is going away. So first of all, yes, the iPhone SE 4 is gonna have this design, but it's gonna be notched, while the iPhone 15 will no longer have a notch, so that way the iPhone SE 4 feels a little bit less expensive and less premium compared to the new ones. But not only that, we can see right here that we have USB-C, which probably will come on the iPhone SE 4 as well, but we see the rounded design. We have flat right here, and then it curves and matches the glass with 2.5D glass. Yes, Shrimp Apple Pro confirmed that the display on the iPhone 15 is still gonna be around 6.1 inches, but because it's rounded and the bezels are getting thinner, it's gonna be true 6.1 inch compared to the 6.06 on the iPhone 14. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, we actually have exclusive CADs of the iPhone 15 release from Max Weinbach. And if you look closely right here, you can see that the bottom or the sides has a flat design, but then you can see that curve come in compared to the iPhone 14, which does not have that curve. So it's gonna be a newer design. It's gonna feel more fresh and more premium, while the iPhone SE 4 sticks to this older, completely flat side design. But guess what? The iPhone 15 Pro is gonna be even better with more features packed in and new design changes that the iPhone 15 is not getting. But before I get into that, I've gotta talk about this. The Magic Stand case from our partner K-SKU, which basically combines the best and most wanted aspects of a case into one. You've not only got a great and durable design with stronger MagSafe magnets built in, but the MagSafe ring is literally on a hinge, so you can use it as a finger grip or a 40 to 120 degree stand. And the best part is that it folds back completely flush with the case, so it doesn't interfere with any of your other MagSafe chargers or accessories. So check out the link into all the discount info in the video description below. And getting to the iPhone 15 Pro, this is gonna be absolutely insane. As you can see, we have a massive, massive camera bump with this new design and USB-C, maybe even Thunderbolt. And if you look right here, the camera bump is huge. It takes up a big part of the back of the phone, and the bump itself is almost as thick as the actual phone, which blows my mind. And as you can see right here, we are gonna have even thinner bezels than we already have on the 14 Pro. This design is gonna be insane. Not only that, but the iPhone 15 Pro's A17 Bionic chip is going to bring major performance and battery life gains on the 15 Pro lineup due to the 3nm process from TSMC. And not only that, but Apple has basically taken the entire initial supply of 3nm chips from TSMC for their iPhones and M3 chip. And here's the crazy thing. The A17 Bionic's chip with 3nm could be 35% more energy efficient, leading to huge battery life gains. And I don't think that's the end of it, because I personally think that 3nm is gonna bring a new core design to both the CPU and GPU, probably including ray tracing for the GPU cores, improved efficiency in other features like probably lower heat, less display dimming, and 8K 60 video recording, which I hope is coming. And we can't forget the titanium finish, which is gonna be exclusive to the 15 Pro models. I mean, this is gonna look absolutely incredible. And we also have the new button design on the 15 Pro, where it's actually gonna have solid state buttons. Yes, just like the Touch ID button, which didn't actually move, or this trackpad, the Force Touch trackpad, which doesn't move at all. Yes, those Force Touch buttons are coming to the 15 Pro models only. So because of that, I think Apple is gonna increase the price of the 15 Pro models, which will let them increase the price of the 15s a little bit, and then that leaves a huge gap between the SE3 right now and the regular iPhone. So I think that the iPhone SE is gonna end up costing at least $500, but because of the feature set, it is gonna be an absolute steal of a deal, at least compared to other Android phones, especially for the reliable iOS software. And the last piece of the puzzle is USB-C. Is the new SE4 gonna get it? Well, it is gonna be coming out in the spring of 2024, and technically Apple has until the end of 2024 to have their iPhones use Lightning, and the issue is that if they release it with Lightning in the spring, they're kind of gonna have to get rid of it in the fall or the end of the year, at least in the EU. So does Apple cancel it in the EU, force people to buy the regular iPhone, or do they just give it the USB-C port right away? I'm not sure, but one thing for certain is that Apple is planning MFI for USB-C, which is gonna limit your data speeds and charging speeds if you're using some crappy third-party cable. They're gonna force you to buy the nice USB-C MFI cables to get the best features, which is unfortunate, and Shrimp Apple Pro has confirmed this. But either way, I think the iPhone SE4 is gonna be a really killer budget phone, and I'm personally really excited for it because the previous design sucked with the Touch ID button, the crappy 4.7-inch LCD display, and the new one with OLED and the new flat-sided design is gonna be awesome. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, click the circle above to subscribe, and definitely check out one of those two videos right there. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.